In this video, I want to start working on the spectating UI side of things, so that way we can have a menu similar to this pop up whenever we are, spectating. So to begin, let's first off go to our UI folder, gameplay, and let's make a new one called, let's see, do we need, yeah, we'll have two. So let's make a new one called Spectator. In here, we want a new widget blueprint. So WBP underscore, let's do Spectator, I guess keys. Yeah, let's just call it Spectator. And in our case, we want to go ahead and add a couple things. So first off, we want to have these, mouse buttons and that kind of thing. So let's add a vertical box. And in the vertical box, we want to have probably another one. So let's actually add another vertical box. And let's add some text. So we want a simple text block. And we want that to be above the vertical box. Now this is just going to be called, for now, spectating. So let's set the text to spectating. And in our case, we can make it align to the center. So now we want to have these messages at the bottom. So let's go ahead and add a text block into the second vertical box and add one more. So the first one will match the same message. So press left mouse to follow next player. And it has a little hyphen before it. So copy, paste, and press right mouse to follow previous player. Okay, and now we just need a spacer. And that spacer is going to go right above the vertical box, and we want it to fill. So obviously, this is something we're going to have to touch up on later, but for now, it'll work. So let's go to our WBP HUD, and we want to add our spectator widget to our canvas panel, and we just want it to fill, like so. So now that we have that, we want this text to be kind of over to the right, but we don't really want to, center it per se. So what we can kind of do is add another container to wrap this vertical box and make that container what is centered. Because right now, if we do center, actually, never mind. I'm being dumb. That works. So yeah. All right, so that works pretty well. Now I just want to offset it so it's not, right along the edges. Because right now, if we look at it, we can see it's, it's right at the top and it's all the way at the bottom. I would like to have a little bit of a buffer. So what we're going to do is in our spectator, we're just going to give it an offset. So try something like 10 all around. And that's probably not enough. Yeah, so let's do more. So let's try 50. And in my opinion, that looks a fair bit better. So I'm happy with that. Now let's go to our WBP HUD and make sure that this is a variable. So by default, we want to go ahead and set the visibility. So we're going to set it to be hidden. And then in the event graph, we want to do some bindings to the, where's it at? To the player, not the player state, the gameplay HUD. That is going to allow us to respond to, whether or not we are spectating, because the player controller is going to be what tells the HUD that we are spectating and when we stop spectating. So let's go ahead and go over to our HUD class in our main module. And where we have this here, let's duplicate. And this one's going to be F on spectator, or I guess on spectator state changed. And we'll have a simple bool, B is spectating. And that's it. So now we're just going to have another simple event. So F on spectator changed, on spectator state changed. Then from here in our player controller, we can do basically the exact same thing we did earlier, where we got our HUD and broadcasted the event. So in our case, let's go up to our onRep is spectating, and we're going to simply just at the end grab our HUD and broadcast the on spectator state changed, and we want to pass in B is spectating. And that should pretty much take care of it. Likewise, this is also going to allow us to do other things, such as, cycling between, what player we are spectating. So whenever we change our view target, for example, we can update, the view target in the widget and that sort of thing. But for now, let's go ahead, recompile, and relaunch. Okay, so once we go back to the editor, so by default, we did make it to where it is hidden. Okay, so I have an issue here on line 63. Oh, so I guess for some reason, the onRep fired sooner than expected. So let's go ahead and wrap this in an if statement. So if, let's do a gameplay HUD. We'll do a gameplay HUD equals this. Then we can just call the same exact function on spectator state changed, delegate, and be good to go. So my guess is at some point or another, maybe one of these two functions get called automatically. I'm not really sure. I think we actually start out as a spectator, so maybe that's why, but who knows. Just go ahead and recompile, relaunch, and in theory, we should be good to go. Okay, once we are back in the editor, press play. We have our, HUD thing for the spectating hidden. Let's go ahead and open that one more time. And on construct, we want to go ahead and get access to the HUD. So we want to get the owning player. We want to get the HUD. And we want to cast it to the corresponding gameplay HUD. Once we have it, we want to go ahead and bind to the spectator state changed. So we will simply have a create event, do a custom event, and call it on spectator state changed. And in our case, we're going to do a set visibility. And we're going to do same thing like before, a select. So for the index, we're going to do a Boolean. And if we are spectating, we want it to be visible. Actually, we want it to be not hit testable, self and all children. We're not going to have anything clickable in it. And if we are not spectating, so it's false, we want to change it to hidden. So this should allow it to go basically back and forth based upon whether or not we are spectating. So if I play with two clients and give it a try, so I'll go down. We don't have the spectating, UI anywhere, but once I die, it should appear. So there we go. We have our, spectating UI up. And unfortunately, we don't have a way to test removing it because we just simply we don't have anything. So that's kind of the best we have at the moment. But that's mostly what I wanted to go ahead and get in place. So that's going to allow us to more easily, in the future, add a, say, additional text box that contains, the player name that we are spectating. and yeah, just do some other fun stuff. So, with that out of the way, I will see you in the next video. If you like what I'm doing and you want to help support me, you can find a link to my Patreon in the description below, where you can also get early access to this entire series.